Hello class, welcome to the Module 3 lecture. My name is Dr. Powell and of course I'm your instructor for this course. In week 1, you were introduced to social media and its role in branding and strategic communication. Last week, we looked at how to create a social media strategy using SMART goals as your foundation. In addition, we looked at key performance indicators or KPIs, tactics, and social media channels. In this week's lecture, we will be exploring paid media, owned media, and earned media. Now, we'll begin by talking about paid media. But before we begin, it's important that you understand that the 3 main categories of marketing is essential to creating an effective social media strategy and developing a solid brand. What is paid media? Paid media essentially is any marketing that you pay for. You are paying to reach your audience. That's the bottom line. You are paying to extend your brand reach to increase awareness, engagement, and of course, sales. Traditionally, paid media included television ads, radio spots, and print advertising. With the advent of social media, paid media expanded online. Paid media now includes pay-per-click adverts such as search engine advertising. These are the ads that you will generally see when you do a simple Google search. In addition, we now have banner ads, and these are becoming less popular, of course, because of ad blocking tools that we now have at our disposal. Further, we have sponsored social media posts, and these have grown to become one of the most popular paid media forms. Clearly, there are advantages when it comes to paid media. Some of these advantages include the fact that it works quickly, it is easy to scale and measure, and you have full control over how much money you are spending and who you are targeting. But despite the advantages, paid media is seen to be costly and it's less credible than earned and owned media. On the other hand, owned media is any platform you own and control. It encompasses the content you create and publish on your channels. Included in owned media are websites, apps, blogs, ebooks, and of course, the content you distribute on your social media channels, for example, your reels and shorts. With owned media, you are able to build long-term relationships with your customers. Some advantages of using owned media are you have full control, it's more affordable, and there is no risk of losing reach due to changes to the algorithm. Despite these advantages, owned media requires that you invest your time in development. It can be hard to scale, there is no guarantee of reach or traffic, and it might be challenging to measure. Contrastingly, earned media refers to the content and conversations created around your brand or product. Conversation or content is usually created by someone else. We are all familiar with influencer marketing, of course. In this case, the content is published on the channel owned by the influencer. Now, earned media is achieved through your efforts in paid media and owned media. It is really an amplification of your brand. Put it another way, earned media results from increased social media engagement. Now, this engagement will result in anything from press coverage, social media mentions, shares, retweets, product or company reviews, and blog posts. Essentially, consumers view earned media as more credible and trustworthy, and this sparks their purchasing decisions. So as you can see, there is a buzz around earned media because companies now recognize that it is increasing the bottom line, or it has the potential to increase their bottom line. Based on this notion, you should keep top of mind that well-targeted quality content results in earned media. Now, to ensure that you're putting yourself in the best position to garner earned media, you should take a very close look at your goals, since those will determine where you need to be, and they will also help you to understand what your target audience is reading, listening to, or watching. Next, you want to establish a very specific target, and then you want to write your pitch. Essentially, you are doing this to give the media a reason to expose your brand or product. One thing to always remember is that your pitch must be timely. Finally, you have to ensure that you are doing PR for your PR. What this means is that you will be promoting and sharing earned media all over your channels. You never want to assume that everyone saw the content and therefore you will be promoting, resharing it all over your own channels. But a big question remains. Which type of media is right for your brand? The truth is, it depends. Owned media should be the backbone of any digital strategy you create. At the same time, paid media and earned media should be used to gain additional exposure for your brand and also for your owned media. If you are running a content strategy, earned media will be critical to growing your brand awareness and, of course, increasing your return on investment. At the end of the day, your budget and your goals will really determine if paid media is right for your brand. Here is a great table that you can use as a resource while completing your assignment this week. You may also want to save the table for when you begin your work within this field. Now, the table is comprehensive. It really looks at the three-part strategy. It provides a definition for each. It gives examples. It talks about the role in the strategy. It looks at benefits and challenges with each part of the strategy. So this might be helpful as you work to complete your assignment this week. Now, to sum it all up, you need a strategy if you want to do social media the right way. And that strategy must contain well-developed goals, right? It's your roadmap for the journey. And then, of course, paid media, earned media, and owned media must all work together to achieve your goals. Now, something to remember, it depends on the particular situation and context in terms of which of these you use at what point in time. It depends on your brand, it depends on your target audience, and of course, it depends on your goals and your budget. Thank you all for listening. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of your week.